When I pushed open the office door that night, I found my business partner, Evan Blake, kneeling beside our company safe, sliding forged ownership documents with my fake signature into a sealed envelope. He looked at me like a stranger and said, "You shouldn't have come, Lena. You're already out." My name is Lena Carter, and until recently, I believed business partnerships were built on mutual respect. But now I'm sitting on the floor of my sister's spare bedroom, the only place I could think to run to, with rain whispering against the window and a cold lamp flickering overhead. My hands are still trembling. My eyes are still burning. And my mind can't stop replaying the moment I realized the person I trusted the most was plotting my professional death. 5 years ago, Evan and I were nothing but two ambitious nobodies renting a run-down office in a converted storage unit. The walls were thin, the lights buzzed, and we used folding tables from Walmart as desks. But we had a dream. Nova Bridge Innovations, a tech consulting firm with a mission to help small businesses modernize. We worked until dawn, slept on beanbags, celebrated landing our first $800 client like it was $1 million. Evan was charming, composed, calculated in a way I wasn't. He handled finance because he knew numbers like a second language. I handled strategy and clients because I could read people like a book. We balanced each other perfectly. Or so I thought. The first warning sign came subtly. A payment to one of our suppliers was accidentally delayed. Evan brushed it off. "Bank glitch," he said. But his voice cracked slightly. Barely. Just enough for me to catch it. A week later, a client called saying their invoice didn't match the proposal. I checked with Evan. He claimed accounting misfiled a template. Our intern, Emery, slipped into my office one afternoon, eyes wide, nervous. "Ms. Carter, Evan told us not to send you the weekly budget updates anymore." My stomach dropped. "Did he say why?" She hesitated, then whispered. "He said your stress was making things worse." My stress. I'd been working 14-hour days for 5 years. Nothing was new. But Evan's behavior was. I decided to test him. At 7 p.m., I asked for a surprise budget review meeting the next morning. He froze. Just for a second, but I saw it. A flicker of panic in his eyes before he forced a smile. "Sure, Lena. I'll prepare something." Something. Not the report. Not the numbers. Just something. He was hiding something. And I intended to find it. Security logs showed he'd been staying past midnight. Every night. His keycard entries looked more like someone doing damage control. I started coming in early. He started coming even earlier. We weren't partners anymore. We were predators circling each other quietly. The tension was suffocating. The silence between us is sharp enough to cut skin. And then came the night that snapped everything in half. I returned to the office around 10:15 p.m. I'd left a flash drive behind with the morning's client proposals. The building was mostly dark, the hallway lit only by emergency lights casting long, eerie shadows. When I approached our floor, I saw light spilling out beneath the conference room door, a warm glow in a sea of darkness. As I moved closer, my heartbeat synced with my footsteps. Through the glass wall I saw him. Evan Blake. My partner. My friend. My supposed ally. He was crouched in front of our company safe with stacks of documents spread across the floor like scattered truths. And the expression on his face, cold, focused, ruthless, was one I'd never seen before. I pushed the door open slowly. "Evan, what are you doing?" He didn't flinch. Didn't panic. Didn't scramble to hide anything. He simply turned with a chilling calm and said, "You weren't supposed to be here tonight." I pointed at the papers. "Is that my signature?" He smiled, a small, cruel smile. "It's cleaner than yours, honestly." My stomach twisted. "You forged my ownership documents." "Yes." He said it like he was admitting the sky was blue. Matter of fact. Unapologetic. "You're not serious." "I'm dead serious, Lena." He walked toward me, holding the envelope like a weapon. "You've become emotionally unstable. Erratic. The investors see it." "No," I said firmly. You told them that. He sighed. You're too attached to this place. You don't make rational decisions anymore. I'm doing what's best for Novabridge. You're stealing my company. I'm saving it from you. The words cracked something inside me. All the late nights, the sacrifices, the tears, the clawing from nothing. He was throwing it away like it meant nothing. I felt my vision blur. Why, Evan? Why would you do this? His expression hardened. Because you never needed me. And I'm tired of being your shadow. I hit the record button on my phone. My hand was trembling so badly I almost dropped it. Evan stepped forward, his shadow swallowing mine. You don't get it, Lena. I've been planning this for months. The board already doubts you. All it takes is one story, one believable narrative, and you're gone. You're insane, I whispered. No, he said. Just ambitious. We clashed, words cracking through the air like thunder. You hid invoices. Shouted. You made every major decision without consulting me, he barked back. You shut me out of my own company. You were too emotional to lead. You stole from me. You left me no choice. We weren't arguing anymore. We were breaking. Everything we ever built was splitting down the middle like a collapsing bridge. He moved toward the door with the envelope. I'm filing this tomorrow. By noon you're done. You destroyed everything, I said, tears slipping out. He paused, turned slightly and whispered, No, Lena. I liberated it. When he walked out, I collapsed onto the nearest chair and let myself sob. Quiet, desperate, trembling. Then, something in me hardened. I wiped my face. Took a deep breath. I opened my laptop. I pulled up. Heavy checkmark 6 weeks worth of security footage, heavy checkmark backup bank statements. Evan didn't know I saved, heavy checkmark budget logs, heavy checkmark email threads, heavy checkmark payroll discrepancies, heavy checkmark, and the fresh audio recording of him admitting everything. I pieced together evidence until the sun started peeking through the blinds. Then I made calls. Not emotional ones. Strategic ones. Board meeting at 8 a.m., I said. No excuses. Be here. The boardroom that morning felt like a courtroom. I sat at the head of the table, jaw stiff, evidence organized in a color-coded presentation. Evan walked in with confidence. Suit perfect, hair styled, victory already in his smile. He greeted the room like nothing was wrong. Thank you all for coming. There's something we need to discuss. Abu. Cut him off. No, Evan. There's something I need to discuss. I hit play. Security footage flashed across the screen. Evan forging documents, opening the safe, talking to himself, moving money, signing my name. The board gasped. One member whispered, "Oh my God!" Evan's face was drained of color. "Lena, stop." I played the audio recording. His voice echoed. "I forged your signature. You're out. I've been planning this for months." He lunged forward. "Turn it off. This is taken out of context." "No," I said quietly. "This is the truth." Evan was removed within an hour. Access revoked. Lawyers notified. Investigations launched. The board asked if I wanted security to escort him out. Said yes. Hurt. But I said yes. As he walked past me, he didn't shout. Didn't argue. Didn't beg. He just whispered, "You'll regret this, Lena." But for once, I didn't believe him. Rebuilding Novabridge wasn't easy. The staff was shaken. Investors were worried. The clients were confused. But I stood tall, held meetings, explained everything transparently, showed them stability, strength, resilience. Slowly, trust returned. Momentum returned. Life returned. But the pain, that stayed. It carved itself into me like a warning etched in stone. Late at night I would sit in my office, the one Evan tried to steal, and breathe slowly, letting the city lights reflect off the glass walls. And I'd whisper to myself, "You survived, Lena. And you'll never let anyone silence you again." I learned that partnership isn't loyalty. And sometimes the person standing beside you is secretly holding the knife. Tell me what you would have done. If this story moved you, like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reddit Diaries. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support keeps these stories alive.